I can make it unlisted, but I wanted to make it public just so there were no glitches.
Yeah.
Because usually when I list private, there's almost always like an extra step in getting into.
Yeah.
But nobody's watching this. This is my backup channel that nobody subscribes to. My main channel has 12 subscribers, some of which are residents, but this is the back channel, so it shouldn't make any difference. All right, so I did take a picture of this. It's not a good picture. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, stay there. Okay. Awesome. So once it starts, I'm going to go over.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first live broadcast at Westminster Palms. We're going to be doing a yoga class for our live broadcast. Hopefully there's some people out there following along, and hopefully this gives us a good option for programming, not just with the fitness department, but with activities in the next few weeks at least throughout this time period. So one thing that I do want to mention is that because this is Women and Men in History Month, we are celebrating the creator of the internet. The reason that we're able to come together right now, his name was Tim Berners-Lee. He invented the internet in 1990. So come a long way that we're now connected through the internet to be able to do our fitness activities and the activities that we're going to do from here on out. So let's go ahead and go right into it. All right. If this program does really well, then hopefully we'll be able to get some of our other instructors on it as well. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is go with neck rolls, warming up the head and neck. Focus on your breathing. And go the opposite way. Good. Go ahead and take the hands grip behind the back. Pull them up as far as you can. Deep breath. Okay, we're going to breathe in side to side, turning the head. So breathing into one side. Breathing out back to center. And in both my lats, some people might be able to get it up a little bit higher. Good. Take a deep breath. Arms back to the prayer center here. Together, breathing out. Coming back together. Let's do one more. Good. I'm actually going to put on a little bit of yoga music here. Hopefully this will work. I'm going to put it on my phone. Think about it until just now, but let's try this. Okay, that's advertisement music. You can hear that, just a little ambiance for the rest of this. All right, next we're going to breathe in and take our right hand overhead, stretch our left hand down towards our knee, towards our leg, through our side. Okay, so take that breath. And then breathe back to center. We're still in the warm-up phase here, still moving through our stretches rather than holding them. So we're trying to warm up the body a little bit so muscles aren't tight when we get to our stretches. You should feel the line here all the way down your side. Okay, let's do some pelvic circles. So here, twist. Okay. Go back the other way. All right, we're going to start going into some sunrise stretches here. Okay, so we'll have our feet directly underneath our hips. Okay, take a deep breath, raise the hands up, and then release that breath and fall down over your knees, one vertebrae at a time. You can have soft knees. Stay there for a couple breaths. Let everything hang loose. Let your head and neck fall. Breathe in, back up. Breathe out, back down. Breathe in, back up. Breathe out, back down. Breathe in, back up. Breathe out, back down. Holding a little bit longer here. Breathe in, back up, one more. Breathe out, back down. Breathe in, back up. Keep those hands in prayer pose. Breathe out. Good. Now take your feet just a little bit wider. Okay, we're going to breathe in and down, and then try and grab behind the ankles a little bit. So you can have a slight bend in the knees here, okay? So bent over star pose here, okay? So breathing in, slight bend in the knees, breathing out. And stay in there. You can grab behind the ankles if you can. You can be up a little higher if you need to be. Hands can be out. Hands can be in, wherever you want. Good. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing in, hold that position. Okay, next we're going to do a few standing balance poses, all right? So the first one we're going to do is tree pose. If you need to, use a chair, use a wall for your hand to balance, okay? So there's a few different versions. You can do tree pose here with your toe down, okay, so that you have balance. You can do tree pose here on your calf. Try and get that leg opened up, all right? Or if you want to try more difficult, you want a bigger stretch, you can bring it up and in and plant it in there. Keep holding that pose and go off that mat. That mat's a little bit hard to balance on. And release. And we'll switch sides. Again, you can do on the floor, on the calf, all the way up. Use a chair or wall if you need that extra balance. Really try and open up the hip while it's in there. So you're pulling that hip back and open. And down. Okay, next balance pose is going to be the standing Superman pose. Okay, so with this pose, you're going to take first your right leg back, okay, and you can put it back just so the toes are tapped and the arms are out front. You're trying to make a line from your hands all the way down to your toes, all the way down that line, all right? So even if your toes are tapped, you're going to be working on those stabilizer muscles, all right? Another option, if you want to get the toes up a little bit more, is to use the chair, okay? And trying to make a line from there. Chair all the way back, leg all the way back, all right? Then the third option is you can have the leg off the ground completely, And wherever you can get that leg and hold that balance. A few more breaths here. Good. Now let's change feet. Take your left leg back and put those arms out wherever you can. If you need to, use a balance in a chair. Good, good, good. Okay. Our next one, going to be chair pose, okay? So our last standing balance pose here, feet together, okay? You have your hands up, prayer position here. We're going to take a deep breath. Hands are going to go overhead. We're going to have a slight bend in the knees. I'm going to turn this way so you'll see it a little bit better, okay? So deep breath. Just a slight bend. Again, you want that line from your hands down to your hips, okay? And breathe in and hold that pose. You can go deeper if you want, okay, but it doesn't have to be deep. Try and get those arms back. You should feel a lot of work through your back here. Try and hold good posture with your head. Don't sink it too much. Good. All right. We're going to go down to the floor for some of our positions now. Okay. So we're going to start with a down dog. We're just going to do a one here. And if you have trouble with the down dog, you can go into your child's pose, or you can go into kind of a kneeling down dog. All right. So deep breath. Breathing out. Walk those hands. All right, if you can hold down dog right here. All right, you can do a kneeling down dog, put the arms out just a little bit more. Okay, or you can go into full child's pose back there. Either way. All right. So in down dog, okay, let that head just fall naturally. And then you're going to push your ankles into the ground, back and forth. Pushing the ankles into the ground, back and forth. Okay, now back into child's pose. You can go back further if you can. Okay, don't need to. All right, come to this tabletop position here. Okay, you're going to take one leg back. Okay, we're going to take the right leg back. And just hold that. Really trying to get it up in the air a little bit so you're feeling it through your hip right there. Okay. You can be down on the elbows here if you're having some issues with your wrists. Okay, breathe in, bring that knee up and in towards your chest. Okay, now you're going to be in a runner's pose right here. All right, so if we have some issues with the knee, okay, being down, if there's some issues there, you can roll the mat up a little bit so you have extra cushion, or you can do the standing position. Okay, so you can come up of that standing position, all right? You can drop that back foot so that it's pointed out, and then we're leaning over. This is our runner's position here. Okay, so you're stretching out that leg. All right, you can also do the kneeling way. Either way is going to work. A few more breaths here. Okay, now you're going to go into warrior one. All right, so you're going to have a slight bend in that front knee. Arms are out to the side. Okay, if you want to, you can modify it and go deeper. Okay, your back left foot is facing out. All right, if you're still in the kneeling position, you can do the kneeling warrior one. Same thing. Okay. Oh, sorry, warrior one, we're here. So we're going to hold our breath 10 seconds here. Okay, you have the kneeling position or you have the standing position. Either way. If you're standing, you may feel a little bit more in this hip as long as your shoulders are turned forward. Okay? If you're kneeling, you're going to feel it probably down a little more into the quad. Now we're going into warrior two. If you're in the kneeling position, that's here. Okay? You're trying to turn yourself over. This is my right leg, so I'm turning to my left. Arms out, perfect 180-degree line. Okay? And hold that. All right? If you are standing, okay, warrior two is here. Again, you're turning to your left. Okay? Your right foot is pointed forward, left foot pointed in a perpendicular fashion to your right foot. And you can be anywhere you need to be with this leg, depending on the intensity. Now, take that left hand down your back leg and bend into reverse warrior, okay? Again, you can be dipped into it. You can be a little bit straighter, okay? Down. So you have a line from your hand all the way down to your hip that you should be feeling those muscles stretch out, okay? Modified version, same thing. Reverse warrior back. You can put your hand on back on that ankle, okay? And let's breathe into it. Good. Now you're going into your triangle pose, okay? So put that hand down on the inside. So my right hand is down near my right foot on the inside, and I'm turning and open up try and make a line there from both my hands, okay? If you're in the standing position, all right? Same thing. You're going from reverse warrior here to down, in. You can have a slight bend in that knee, all right? And then arm up. Good, 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 okay? Now we're gonna rotate, you kind of go back to warrior two here for a second, and now twisting triangle. So we're taking our left hand and putting it on the opposite side of our right side, okay? So just trying to get it to the right side. There's a lot of work going on here in your stabilizers, your core, okay? Take your right hand, put it behind your back, and try and look over to your right. Okay, if you're in the standing position, it's going to look like this, okay? So you're really feeling a lot of torso twist action, okay? If you're in the modified position, all right, you went from here, okay, to your warrior two, to here. Your left hand is on the outside of your right leg, and your right arm is wrapped behind you, and you can even dip a little bit and really pull. So for me, all right, I'm feeling a lot more stretch in the glute on this side. Okay, when I was standing, I was feeling it a lot more through my lower back. So just recognize where it is for you. Breathe into that stretch. Good, and let's come back to warrior two. If you're standing, back to warrior two, okay? Then back to warrior one. And then down. And we're going to go all the way down, even if you're standing. Let's go all the way down into our cobra pose. Now back into child's pose. Okay, so we just did a lot of work there. A lot of work. So let any of that tension that you're feeling from those stretches just fall away while you're in child's pose here. Good. Come on out of that, back into your locust pose again. All right, so now we're going to go through our left leg, all the exercises we just did. So tabletop, breathe in and take that left leg back. Make sure your foot doesn't turn out here. You want those hips squared towards the ground. Bring the left leg through. Okay, and then you're on your kneeling runner's pose here, or your standing runner's pose. I'm going to show both. Here's your kneeling. Okay, you can kind of lean into it a little bit, or you're standing. All right, you put that back foot down, and we just stand here and let it stretch out. Let's breathe. All right, now you're going to transition into your warrior one, okay? Your back right foot is out this way, front left foot is squared in front, shoulders are forward, okay? Bringing the arms up, so you feel that kind of stretch a lot of times with warrior one, right in the front hip, okay? Right at the very top of the hip, all right? If you're on the ground doing the kneeling warrior one, okay? Same thing, transitioning up. And again, this is a little more down, close to the knee stretch, so the quad is a little bit more stretched than the upper hip here. Now you're going to rotate to warrior two. So you're turning and looking to your right. Okay, if you're in the kneeling position, arms are at 180, turn and look to the right. Okay, if you're in the standing position, okay, feet stay the same way, left foot pointed forward, right pointed out. Okay, turn, you can have a slight bend in the knee, you can be straight up wherever is best for you. All right, turn and hold that. You can feel like you're kind of squeezing yourself forward if you're up, so that you're stretching out your inner hip adductors. Now take your right hand, go back down your right leg, and transition into reverse warrior. Okay, if you're in the kneeling position, same thing. You were in warrior two, okay, and now you're transitioning to reverse warrior. Good. reverse warrior. You're going to take that left hand and go down on the inside of your left leg and raise your right arm high. Okay, just like that. And hold that position if you're in the kneeling. If you're in the standing, okay, you're in reverse warrior. You transition. Left arm down on the inside of the left leg. Right arm overhead. Okay, transition here, warrior two, and then take your right arm, put it on the outside of your left leg, take your left arm, swing it behind so that you're in a twisting pose here, okay? Twisting triangle pose. And just hold that, all right? Then down, you're gonna be in kneeling, all right? And you went from triangle here to warrior two, to twisting. So right hand on the outside of the left leg, left hand behind the back, and just hold that position and breathe. Good. Now let's go back to the way we came. So come out of that into warrior two. Transfer to warrior one. And then down into your runner's pose. And then all the way back, take that leg back, and we're going to transition down into cobra one more time. Good. Take your butt back into child's pose. All right, come back one more time into locust. Okay, go ahead and go down into tabletop here. Okay, we're going to look up and arch your back. And then breathe out and tuck the chin in and round the back. Breathe in, looking up. Breathe out, chin to chest. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Okay, we're going to try frog pose here. So you probably want to get your, be on the mat kind of sideways like this. And take the legs out as far as you can. And then sit back into that position, kind of like a child's pose, but now our hips are a lot wider. Okay, so you're feeling that stretch in your adductors again. All right, you can kind of sit down into it. Just breathe. All right, to come out of it, lean forward, kind of walk your hands forward. All right, and then you can kind of slide your legs together. If you try and slide them together while you're in it, you can sometimes pull a muscle there. So try and lean forward a little bit first. All right, going into seated poses. The first one we're going to do, and I'm going to angle my mat differently here. Butterfly pose, bring those feet in and breathe into that. Try and let your hips fall to the ground. Feet are looking at each other here. Okay, now take your elbows and drive those hips down as best you can and breathe into that. Good. Now creep forward here and reach as far in front as you can. Good, good, good. All right. Stretch those legs out just for a minute. All right, now cross your legs here. All right, we're going to do a little bit of circles here. Okay, you can hold on to your leg and kind of circle it around, or you don't have to hold on. A lot of core strength here, especially when you go back there. You're going to feel that bracing. Back the other way. All right. Now we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to walk our hands back behind us to our right. We're going to hold that stretch. Okay, so deep breath. Should have your left hand on the outside of your right knee. At least you can't have it all the way behind you. Turn and look behind you. Good. Come back to center. A few deep breaths here. Now the other side. Good, good, good. Back to center. Okay, now we're going to take our right arm and lean down toward the side and pick your left arm and stretch overhead. Try and keep this hip down the best you can. Good, come back on up. Breath here. And then breathing in back and down to the left. Try and keep that hip down. Good, back to center. Okay, let's go ahead and flip and switch your feet here. All right, and turn and twist again to the right. Turn and twist. Take it to center. Take a deep breath. Then switch to your left. Good, back to center. And down to our right. Good, and switch over back to the left. Good, good, good. All right, let's go ahead and go into our lying poses here. First one is going to be the laying butterfly, so soles of the feet together and straight back. You can rest your arms on the inside of your legs to give them a little bit extra pressure. Bring those heels in towards your butt. Good. Now take your left leg and stick it straight out in front. Your right leg is going across your body. Okay? Try and keep your right shoulder down with your right leg across your body and turn and look your head to the right. Good. Come back to center. Both your arms are out. Left arm going, or left leg going across. Keep that left shoulder down. Turn and look to your left. Good. Come back to center. And now take your feet up into happy baby. So arms grab the outside of the feet, bent knees, and just relax back.
All right, couple minutes here to finish with Savasana. Just lie, breathe. Let everything fall through your body, fall to the floor as limp as you can be, and just have your spirit lifted up here. Okay, slowly come out of that. Fingers and toes. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming to the first ever YouTube Live at Westminster Palms. This is the beginning of my live career on video. Hopefully, I'll be doing Saturday Night Live soon, shortly. We will have core chores live at 11:30, and hopefully, if all goes well, we will have a lot more programming on this channel for everybody, including, like I said, non-fitness activities. So this gives us a great new option for our community, and it makes us better all around. Thank you again for coming, and hopefully I'll see some of you to see what your reactions are. Bye.